heard about Greta Thunberg's strikes, the concept of striking from school really resonated with me because I felt like it was the only action I had heard of that really addressed this crisis with the urgency that it needs to be addressed with. Because by striking from school, we're setting an example of prioritizing climate action in our lives. And this is the same level of prioritization that we need to see all levels of government have. I'm an organizer of climate strikes in Vancouver and in Canada. In Vancouver, climate change is impacting us not only through wildfires, but also through water shortages in the summer. We're going to have increasingly less water. Also, the local mountains have significantly less snowpack than they used to, and my family skis. Both my parents grew up skiing, but I don't know if I'll be able to take my kids skiing. The dramatic climate action that we need to avert climate catastrophe is seen as unrealistic, which doesn't make sense because what I think is unrealistic is for our society to need to adapt to the huge changes that the climate crisis caused by this inaction is going to cause. Sustainability Teens is a group of teens from all across Metro Vancouver who are coming together to demand that climate is treated as the emergency that it is. As a young person, we are the ones who are going to be most affected by these crises. The people making decisions probably will not be around to see the repercussions of them. But this is a really frustrating situation because as young people, we also have significantly less power than older people. I can't vote. I can't run for office. And so we want to try and switch the narrative to really center around this fact that we need dramatic climate action right now, and we need to prioritize this. So we're young, and climate policy is complicated, and we're not experts on it. But we know that the decision to prioritize climate action is not. During World War II, everyone knew there was a war on, and it was the lens through which every government decision was made. And we need climate to become this same lens. Our first strike was in December. We held a rally and then we talked to our Minister of the Environment, the Honourable George Heyman, asking him about our BC climate plan. For our second strike in January, we came here to City Hall to support a motion to declare a state of climate emergency in Vancouver. In March, the whole group was back at it again, and we planned a really huge strike in conjunction with strikes all across the world on the biggest global strike day. I think every march has really been a success and really been an exciting moment. We were totally blown away in the third strike by the number of attendees. 2,000 people was significantly more than we anticipated. Our lack of entrenchment in the status quo means that we have super important perspective to offer to this movement. And that's why I'm really excited to see youth voices being centered right now. We're working on setting up demands and setting up a national structure so that we have a really solid movement that can create powerful and lasting change. Constantly thinking about this climate crisis really has an emotional impact that I think is not talked about enough. It's really terrifying to constantly be thinking about the end of civilization and how to avoid that. I really have to take the time to expose myself to things to stay hopeful. I need to take time in nature. I need to, spend time with friends. For other youth who are feeling overwhelmed about climate crisis and don't really know what to do, first of all, definitely get involved in this movement and meet other people who feel the same way as you do. Our movement has the potential to change everything. We are a revolution, and that is really powerful to be a part of.